Your friend that you were riding around in the car with said that you told him you strangled and killed her.
I wouldn't do that. She knows I wouldn't do that.
Then where is she?
I'm not sure, but when she pops up, I'll be very relieved.
Yeah, you said you got those scratches and shit on your arms and legs from playing basketball? Basketball?
Yeah. No, we played rough out there. I fell a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't buying that.
This is North Pridgen, a man who was supposed to be a friend, maybe more, to Teresa Jeanette Gorczyca. But instead of walking her home, he led her to her death. At first, no one suspected him. He acted calm, even helpful. But as detectives began to peel back the layers, things didn't add up. Surveillance footage caught him returning alone, soaking wet with no clothes. Then came the autopsy report. And finally, a chilling statement from his own friend, suggesting North was involved in something far darker than just a murder. What they uncovered next was a twisted web of lies, manipulation, and a killer who almost got away with it.
See those scratches on you? I'm looking at them like, yeah, man, that's not from playing ball. That shit's from going through the woods. Did you take a shortcut through the woods or anything to get to the park?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry if you don't believe me, but no, sir. Hey. No, she's not. I'm still at the police station. They're still talking to me, trying to figure out what I know. Can you hear me?
Well, how long it took? When the last?
The last time I seen her was over more than a day ago. And
You said that yesterday afternoon.
yes, and I've been here all night. They've been like interrogating me, trying to figure out what's going on with her, and I'm telling them I don't know. I don't know where she went.
One resident told us video recorded on their camera Sunday showed a man and a woman heading toward the pond. They were arguing and pushing. About 20 minutes later, the man was walking in the opposite direction, alone, with neither a shirt nor shoes.
From the outside, there wasn't much that stood out about North Pridgen. He lived with his parents in a quiet Jacksonville neighborhood, kept mostly to himself, and didn't seem like the kind of person who could hurt anyone. Teresa Jeanette Gorczyca, just 27, was known for her bright spirit and fierce independence. The two had some sort of connection. Whether it was friendship or something more complicated, no one really knew for sure. But on the evening of September 26th, 2021, everything changed. Teresa had been at North's home that night, his parents' house, and the last time anyone saw her alive was on a neighbor's security camera. The footage showed the two of them walking toward a nearby lake. Teresa's voice was faint, but clear enough to hear. "You're not coming with me. Go home." 38 minutes later, North returned alone. His clothes were soaked, his face was unreadable, and Teresa, she had vanished. For 3 agonizing days, no one knew what happened, until police discovered her body in a retention pond nearby, hidden beneath brush and debris. The autopsy report painted a grim picture: deep bruising, hemorrhaging around her neck, arms, and stomach. She had fought for her life. And while police tried to piece together her final moments, something else happened. A friend of North's came forward with a disturbing statement that North had confided in him, suggesting he was involved in something deeper than anyone suspected. He talked about things he had done, things he wanted to do. It wasn't just a one-time act of violence. It was something darker, more calculated. Then came another twist. After her death, someone logged into Teresa's Facebook account and began messaging her friends, asking for money, for weed, for help, pretending to be her. The IP address traced back to the Pridgen home. By now, the mask was slipping, and the once quiet guy from a good family was starting to look like a monster hiding in plain sight.
Alright, so he said you and Teresa are Boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean, we try not to label it.
Try not to label. How long have y'all been in this relationship?
About 2 months now.
About 2 months?
I've known her for quite a while though.
How long have you known her?
Since 2009.
Since 09?
Yes, sir.
How'd y'all meet?
Well, we got to really know each other through a mutual friend about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
How'd you meet her in 09 though? Y'all just go to school together? Or?
No, I had a friend that knew her, so I knew of her, and
Okay.
so I didn't really like.
But you said about a year ago is when somebody kind of introduced y'all.
Right.
Okay. And who was that introduced y'all?
Roger.
Roger?
Hmm?
And then you guys just kind of remained friends, and then
Yeah.
Like-
good chemistry. You know.
and then recent. So it's about, you said 2 months ago is when y'all started, I guess, dating, quote unquote, if you will.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you spoke to her?
I want to say between 1 and 2 o'clock, roughly, in the afternoon today, roughly.
On Sunday? Okay. And did you speak to her in person, over the phone?
person.
In person? Okay. Where were you guys at? When you guys
My house.
at your house on Williston?
On my patio. She usually comes over every day, every other day,
And you said that was between 1 and 1:30?
roughly.
Did she come over, or was she already there?
I had ordered her a lift over.
You had ordered her a lift to come over to your house? Where was she coming from, do you know?
Her house.
Her house? And where's that?
It's right next to the districts on Kernan off at Beach.
Okay.
It's a small little neighborhood. Ashley North, Ashley South, I believe. I have her address and all the information on my phone.
So you order her a lift,
Mm.
and then she gets to your house between like 1 and 1:30?
No, she came over way earlier.
Oh, okay.
Came over around like 10,
10.
9:30.
So you guys
Don't take my word like verbatim on that, because this is just a normal day.
Yeah.
A normal day for us, you know. We don't really keep track of every second.
We're just trying to get a ballpark.
Right,
So
right,
so
right.
you- So about 10 a.m. she gets about your house, right? You guys are just, what, hanging out?
Yeah. Do you need me to go into details?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, a lot of the time we just listen to music, you know, we do intimate things, we dance, and we smoke a little bit, and we eat. That's
You ordered the lift on your phone, your cell phone?
Yes, sir.
What's your number to that cell phone?
904
Uh-huh.
660 4350.
What kind of phone is that?
iPhone 7 Plus.
iPhone 7 Plus?
Mhm.
How long have you been using that phone?
Since the very beginning of the year,
Gotcha.
December 29th of 2020.
Does Teresa have a phone?
She does not.
She does not.
No, I've been urging her to get a job, and you know, I tell her I'll help you like with money, you know, if that's the case. But I know better than to do everything
Mhm.
for somebody, and I understand how that ends up playing out. So,
How do you get a hold of her then if she doesn't have a phone?
she has a laptop on Facebook, which she's on 24/7 while she's at the house,
Mhm.
and she'll message me, and we'll make up a plan, and she'll be like, okay, I'm on my way, or okay, I'm ready, you know, stuff like that. And
Is that what you did today? Is you sent her a message
Yes.
on Facebook?
Mhm.
Did she bring that laptop with her to your house?
No, she always, that's her father's laptop, and she always leaves it at home.
And that's the only method that you have of communicating with her?
She calls me off of her home line sometimes, because
Okay.
she still has one for some reason.
Okay. Well, her parents.
Yeah, but I've installed security systems, and they're about extinct nowadays.
So you said you last spoke to her between 1 and 1:30. So where did she go from there?
She was supposed to be going home.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was she supposed to get home?
She was walking home, you know, I insisted on ordering another lift, but she's so humble, she feels bad, and she just really said, no, let me walk, you know, we need to save money, and this and that, so,
So she left your house and walked?
yes, sir.
Is that typical for her to walk home from your house? Or?
No, not typical. She does walk home a lot, you know, from Zach's home into Zach's home. That is the person she does her ice with, and the person who I try to, you know, get her to, you know, not be around so much, not do the ice so much with.
And who's Zach?
Zach Morgan is somebody who she believes is her cousin, who she admitted to me last night. It was then said, guess what? Zach finally admitted that he was my cousin. And it's someone she has sexual relationships with, so it's very tricky. She's a clinically insane person, if you will. She has bipolar, borderline personality, schizophrenia. You can name the list. Great person, great human, worth the time and energy and the investment. But those are the facts, if that's what you're looking for.
So she's known to do ice. Have you seen her do ice before? Do you do it with her?
I did it with her on a couple times because I discouraged her from doing it so many times that I felt like a hypocrite, and I said, you know what, I'll do it so I know what it feels like for you. And then I did it, and I told her, hey, you don't need it, I don't want you on this stuff, it's a waste of money. And I mean, the high is just kind of paranoia, if anything, and it explains why you kind of, you know, tweak out and act a little paranoid at times.
Has she been that way with you, where she's acting all paranoid?
No, she's done it once or twice, but usually I'm able to like hug her and calm her down, and she'll smile and realize that it's everything.
Y'all didn't do any ice today?
Actually, not, sir.
Or I guess when y'all were hanging out earlier.
No, sir.
So,
No.
just smoke some weed?
Mhm.
And weed doesn't make her, like, act any kind of way? Just kinda mellows her out?
She actually tries to stay away from weed because she doesn't like the way it feels, and she didn't smoke any weed today. I smoked like 1 or 2 hits. It's not a real big thing in my life anymore at this point.
Do you do anything besides weed?
No, sir.
You don't have like a preference on, you know, you said ice is her thing. You don't have a,
No, I drink every now and then,
yeah,
but
just drinking and weed?
yeah.
How many times did you do ice with her?
2 times.
Just 2 times?
Here's the thing about North Pridgeon. He talks too much. Not in a confident, I have nothing to hide way. More like a guy who's terrified of silence because he knows what might bubble up in it. From the jump, he's trying to set the tone. Oh, me and Teresa, we don't like labels. Right. That's not how people talk about someone they care about. That's how they talk about someone they need to distance themselves from. He paints Teresa as unstable, bipolar, paranoid, a drug user.
So when Teresa left her house, she's walking,
Mm.
and that's the last time you spoke to her?
And usually her plan is to message me as soon as she gets home, so I know she's okay. She enjoys the walk. She walks from her house to the Dollar General by Huffman all the time. It's her thing.
Where does Zach live?
Okay, I have his address on my phone, and I wanted you guys to stop by him and see if he maybe she's with him is my thing. Have you been able to talk to him?
Zach Morgan. Okay. Is that you have a phone number for him?
No, he refused to give me his phone number.
I'm not familiar with that side of town, so is Minglewood close to your house?
Yeah, it's
or-
close to my house. It's Brookview Elementary School on St. John, roughly around St. John's. So not too far from where I live, Sun Lakes area.
Like, would it be within walking distance
From,
from your house?
it'd be a good 4 miles that you wouldn't want to walk. Well, I wouldn't want to walk, but for her, she would do it, you know. She had
And when she left your house, she said she told you she was going home, or you just assumed she was going home?
both.
She said she told you?
Yes, and I believed her.
Okay. What did you do after that?
I just went back and just turned my TV, turned my music up, and just relaxed.
You didn't go anywhere or hang out with anybody else?
Nope. I usually stay away from all of my other older friends and I've replaced them with Teresa. I've put more of my time and energy into her. Try to see that flower blossom because I know it's blossoming. So
You care for her a lot?
a lot. Otherwise, I would not be here unless I actually had to, you know?
Also, how can you help us find her?
Okay, so you have Zach's information, his address. A good idea would be to start by asking him. There's I know she got hard, which is crack, I believe, right?
Mhm.
From a guy named Hassan Ware. And I think she makes her do, you know, sexual things to get it. And I don't know if anything occurred between the two of them and escalated from there. Again, I'm just speculating, throwing things out there. I'm not accusing or, you know.
Did it upset you that you knew she was doing
Absolutely.
sexual things with that?
Absolutely. Not at all.
You weren't good with that?
No, but, you know, the thing is, what she taught me is to accept and love no matter what, you know, and to not hold any types of resentment or arbor. And the thing is, I've had a history of addiction issues, so I understand it. So
Right.
it's
What were you addicted to?
I had a real problem with Xanax.
Xanax?
And mixing it with a little bit of alcohol makes you a little, you know.
So your parents' house over there on Williston Drive, do you actually stay there like full time? Like inside the house?
No, I've been staying on the patio for the past 2 months, and that's where she
Patio?
would come over and we would, you know, hang out and spend the day or the night.
Like, is there like a setup on the patio for you, like bed and like TV and all that
Yes,
stuff?
sir.
And were your parents home today, this afternoon, when Teresa was over there
Yeah, my mom was home in the morning.
in the morning?
When she
So
got
your
home.
mom saw Teresa, she talked to her? Or?
I can't say for certain. I don't know because I don't know if mom came out there or not that morning. But she often does and says hi to Teresa, and maybe it's something you can talk to her and ask her to verify with her.
But your parents, they know Teresa.
Very well. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
recognize her if they saw
we
her.
went to dinner together for our birthday a couple days ago to watch the Sunday game. Because her birthday was the 18th, mine's the 24th. No, they love her. You know. I'm trying. I don't know. I don't know how serious it is because I know she has a tendency to go out and go to the beach bars with, you know, Michaela, her friend, or Alexa, her friend, spend the night with some guys she met, and then not hit me up until the next day. So I don't know how serious it is, you know.
Is it common for her to go like long periods of time without getting in contact with you?
Long periods of times, meaning 2 days, yes. 4, no.
So 2 days is normal for her, like, you know,
1 or 2, yeah.
to be ghosting you for a
3
little
or
bit.
4, and I'd feel some type of way.
Has that happened though? Like if y'all got into a bad argument or something?
No.
You don't have to always go again within a couple days?
No, because it's like amnesia. We're always good. We're always good. You know?
And within a day or two, y'all are good again?
Always.
Forgive and forget.
You know?
So you said that you never left your house today after Teresa left, right? Did you go anywhere before Teresa came over to your house?
I went with the Lyft driver to go get her. I made the mistake of ordering the Lyft from my address to my address. I got in the Lyft, told the Lyft driver, he was really cool. He said, "It's okay, don't worry about it. I'll go grab her and bring her back."
So the Lyft driver came to your house first,
Right.
inadvertently. You just
Right.
and you didn't go anywhere else with anybody else today.
No, sir.
You didn't go any place with your friend Mickinson, Mick. You know Mick?
I know Mickinson.
Okay. You didn't go anywhere with him today?
Boy, I seen Mickinson today. I don't remember where it was, but I don't think I went anywhere in specific with him. I think I may have just seen him outside and just
See him outside now.
Driving by. Just told him, you know, good friend, I love him. Stay up.
So he was just, you were just standing outside your house and he just come driving by?
Yeah, and that's happened before too. We usually catch up every time we do see each other physically.
Where does he live?
I'm not exactly sure now. I know he moved out. I know he grew up in the neighborhood I lived in though.
You remember about what time that was when you saw him?
No, I would say later on in the afternoon.
Before or after Teresa left?
After,
After Teresa left.
I would have to say.
You know, because I asked you before if you had left your house, gone anywhere. You said no.
My house, right?
Yeah, your house.
Hmm.
And then you said that Mickinson just kind of rolled by. You guys said what's up, and that was it. That went from that to now you in his car, rolling, you know, driving around.
Right.
So
I don't remember exactly the exact step by step how my day was because I don't, you know.
well, the biggest thing here, North, is finding Teresa.
Absolutely.
All right. And we brought you down here because, you know, you want to help us find her. But at the same time, you know, Mickinson is telling us that you guys are riding around. You said that you killed her and threw her in a lake.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
So you're saying he's a liar?
Yes, sir.
Why would he lie about that?
I have no clue.
I mean, could you have just said that to him in jest?
No. That's not funny.
Then where'd that shit come from, man?
I don't know. I'm really kind of pissed off right now.
What, are you pissed off at him?
Yes, sir.
Because you see how that looks, right?
Absolutely.
But here's the moment you really need to watch. When the detective tells him, your friend says you confessed to killing her. North doesn't get angry. He doesn't slam the table or protest. He pouts. He leans back, sighs, and says, "That's not fair for me to hear." Not fair for him to hear? A woman is missing, possibly dead. And his first instinct is to center himself. That's not a shock. That's narcissism with a guilty conscience. Now the detective notices inconsistency in his story, they making him repeat everything.
Or why did you mention like Zach so specifically earlier? Because you said Teresa.
Because aside from me,
Right.
Zach is one of her really close friends.
Yeah, but okay. Well, you said she was known to hook up with lots of guys. I was just kind of wondering why you mentioned
Because
Zach.
honestly, like, if there were a guy 1 and 2, it would be us.
Okay.
That's why.
And you didn't like that, obviously.
I loved it. I loved that he cared for her, and I wanted him to help.
Right. But you didn't. You said you didn't like the fact that you knew she was basically going back between you and him as one and two.
I didn't like the fact that she was doing those things she was doing with, her body for those other things.
Okay. Because you didn't act like it was any big deal that you said she goes to the beaches and hooks up with other dudes and stuff.
Yeah, no, and that's not a big deal. I just don't like her selling her body for.
But you feel like she cares for Zach, kind of like on the same level she cares for you. Okay.
And I encourage her to do so because he's a great guy and it's all love.
Did it make you feel jealous or anything, or just kind of feel like some type of way about that, like it wasn't?
No.
No?
Maybe at first but then I started to understand the dynamic and I became more comfortable with it.
What was y'all's visit like today? Does that come up?
No. It was cool.
Y'all don't have any argument at all about it?
No, we just relax, vibe, listen to music.
And the last you knew, she was just walking off on
Dance.
foot from your house? You didn't walk her down to the end of the street or anything like that?
I walk her towards the front of my house.
Just to the front of the house? Okay.
Now, the detective notices inconsistency in his story, making him repeat everything.
Stuff, all right? But before we do that, all right. You know, we had some inconsistencies earlier, so I'm going to give you this opportunity to kind of take us back through Sunday, September 26th. All right, just kind of take us through the day's events. Don't leave nothing out. All right, and just go line by line, incident by incident. All right, because you kind of left some stuff out before, so let's just clear all that stuff up. Okay?
You want me to recap the entire day, sir?
Yeah, man. Let's start from when you woke up Sunday, whenever you woke up. Get your day started. Go from there.
Started doing normal stuff, man. Just hygienic stuff.
Like what time? What time did you get up?
10:30, 11.
10:30 in the morning? Okay. Did you talk to your parents at all that day when you got up, or did you see them?
No, not that morning.
Where were they at?
I'm not 100% sure, sir.
Okay. So you get up at 10, then what? What do you do after that?
Then I talked to Teresa. Turn on my Xbox, start listening to music. We just sort of talk to each other, see what she's doing.
So you talked to Teresa around what time is that?
I can't tell you for sure, sir.
Can you give me a ballpark?
Yeah, 11-ish.
11-ish. All right, and then you, what do you do after you're talking to her? You're listening to music.
Yeah, no, we agreed on her coming over, and then I ordered the lift and made the mistake of ordering it from my address to my address.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to change it, but I ended up just getting into the car and explaining it to the guy. And he said it's okay. He'll go get her.
I'll go get her and bring her back. Mm-hmm. So you go get her. About what time do you think you're at her house to get her?
Hard to say. Closer to 12, maybe.
Closer to 12.
If I could write it perfectly for you, I would.
Was anybody home at her house when you got there?
Not to my knowledge, but there very well could have been.
Okay. But you didn't say hi to anybody at her house. You just
No.
Did you go inside to go get her? Or?
No.
You just went to the front door?
Hmm?
Okay. So you get to her house, you get to the front door, you get with Teresa. You guys get back in the lift car and go back to your house?
Hmm?
You go directly to your house, or you stop anywhere else on the way?
No, we went straight home.
Straight home? So you get to your house, and then what?
And we just started doing what we're normally doing. Just cuddling, listening to music, dancing.
And you guys are out on the lanai at your parents' house? Okay. So what time do you think you get back to your house with Teresa?
From the lift,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to tell.
That's it, just ballpark it for me if you can.
Closer to 12.
Oh, well, you said you were at her house closer to 12, so.
It's between 11, 12, and 1 when all of these.
Let me ask you this: Were you already high when you went to go get her, or
No.
while you were with her?
No.
Because you guys said you smoked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you smoke back at your place, or?
I think I took a couple hits. She didn't. She doesn't really smoke like that. So maybe it was a little after 12 then.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be,
I get it, I
inconsistent.
get it.
Just I don't play it back in my head each day and how it all plays out like that. I'm sorry.
So you get back to your house, and you guys are hanging out. How long were you guys there?
I want to say 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours. So what do you do after those 2 to 3 hours?
Nothing. That's it. We just decided that maybe we'll hang out later, probably.
So she just leaves?
Yeah.
By herself?
Right. Very normal thing with us. Very independent woman.
Does she say where she's going?
Oh yeah, she said she was gonna go home.
Going home?
Mhm.
And she was just gonna walk?
Right.
And you stayed home? You didn't follow her? You didn't go with her? You said that's about 2 or 3 hours after you guys got back to your house?
Roughly.
Roughly 2 or 3 hours? Okay. It's still daylight out though, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you do after she leaves?
Well, I just go back in, get on my Xbox, listen to music, and sort of just wait for her to get back home so I can talk to her, know she's okay, and just occupy myself. Well, normally I play video games, write music, stuff like that.
So is that what you did for the rest of the day?
No, not for the rest of the day because I ended up going to Huffman to play basketball whenever I didn't hear from her. Because I got a little upset that I didn't hear from her, so I went and played basketball and did my own thing that night.
Why were you upset you didn't hear from her?
No, just because we always communicate, talk back and forth. It's nothing like, it's just...
You guys didn't get in a fight at all?
No.
That's why she left?
No.
No, she just left because it was time for
Yeah, no, we don't try to hang out all day, every day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you go to Huffman to play basketball. Did you do anything before?
No. Not to my knowledge, no.
What did you do after that?
I asked my buddy to bring me home because of how bad my ankle was, and he did so.
And your buddy, that's Mickinson?
No, sir. Another gentleman up at the court.
Who was that?
His name is Terrell. And he brought me home, or to my parents' home, where I packed up my stuff and then went over to Kaz's stuff. Kaz's place.
So Mickelson was the one that dropped you off at the park, right?
I believe so. I don't remember if he did or not, honestly.
But you're saying Terrell is definitely the one that drove you home from the park.
For sure.
How did Mickinson come in contact with you today?
It must have been just random sighting.
Just random sighting?
Yes, sir.
You didn't call him or ask him to come get you?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so.
Where did he pick you up at?
I don't remember exactly. Probably somewhere around the neighborhood because that's usually where we end up seeing each other.
But you weren't at the park when he picked you up?
No, I was probably on my way to the park, honestly.
You were on your way to the park?
Probably. Because that's happened multiple times.
But was it before or after you played basketball when you ran into him?
Oh, before, for sure.
Before?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so where do you guys go? You and Mickinson.
We just drive around, talk a little bit, and then he just drops me off at the park, and that's it.
Did you guys stop anywhere before y'all get to the parks?
Not that I remember of, no.
No? So basically, he picks you up, you guys drive around, he takes you straight to the park, and that's it? You guys don't stop anywhere together?
Not that I remember, no, sir.
How much did you smoke yesterday? Did you do anything besides smoking?
No, and I didn't smoke that much, honestly.
So after you play ball, so how do you get home from playing ball? You said your ankle's fucked up, so how do you get home?
Terrell was, there, and he was able to bring me home.
Okay. And around what time was that?
Let's say 8:30ish.
Was it still light out or is it dark?
No, it was nighttime.
Nighttime?
8:39.
Alright, so what do you do when you get home?
I go into my backyard and then I start reaching out to friends to see who I can possibly go and stay the night with, and it ended up being Kaz, who was receptive.
And where does Kaz stay?
In Mayport.
Mayport? And how did you get to Kaz's house?
My sister brought me.
Your sister took you there? You didn't ask Mickinson to stay with him?
I did, and he respectfully said he couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
He respectfully said he couldn't.
yeah, and I understood that for sure.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. And then we talked to your parents. We talked to Teresa's parents and her family. That's obviously they're very concerned right now. And you being the last person to see her, all right,
Yeah,
you kind of play a key role in this right
no,
now.
I understand. That's why
Now, what makes it difficult though, North, is that your buddy Mickinson, when he calls us, he actually comes down here to the police station to tell us that while you guys are riding around, you tell him that you killed Teresa.
I don't know where he got that from or why he said that.
I mean, I spoke to Mickinson myself, and he's not the type of person that's going to make some shit up.
No, and I've known Mickelson for a while too, but that's definitely not what. I don't know. Maybe he took something out of context, or maybe
He said you told her that you strangled her and drowned her.
No, sir.
So that's not taken. You can't really take that out of context.
No, sir. That's honestly, that's not even fair for me to hear, because that's not right. That's not. I would never do that. That's.
North, let me ask you this then. What if we find Teresa and she's in the water and been strangled? Then what?
I'd be devastated.
You'd be more than devastated at that point.
After somebody said that, that's exactly what you said you did to her.
I mean, did y'all get into a fight?
Yeah,
Was it an
just-
accident, man?
Crazy shit happens sometimes, man, with emotion. Love.
I mean, do you care about her at all?
I do, sir. Yes, absolutely. I love her.
You love her?
Love her to death.
You love her to
These
death.
guys are scaring me now.
Well, we're trying to figure out what
There's a
happened.
young
to her,
lady
man.
that's missing and no one knows where she is, okay? And then there's another guy saying that you claimed to be responsible for that, so obviously.
Yeah, your friend that you were riding around in the car with said that you told him you strangled and killed her.
I wouldn't do that. She knows I wouldn't do that.
Then where is she?
I'm not sure, but when she pops up, I'll be very relieved.
Is she gonna pop up?
Knowing her, yeah.
So where'd that story come from then? Why would you tell Mickinson that?
I have no clue why he said that. No clue.
Well, he's wondering why you said that.
I'll talk to him and I'll straighten it out with him, but I do not know why he would come up with something like that.
North, in the first time we talked, you left out the fact that you rode with a Lyft driver to the house to get Teresa. You left out the fact that you got in a car and drove around with Mickinson. And you left out the fact that you were over at a park bowling. You said you stayed at home all day. Alright?
Alright, well, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't sure about how important each detail was.
Well, we're talking less than 24 hours,
Mm-hmm.
that this stuff had happened.
Okay.
I can tell you about it Sunday.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know something so severe was like occurring, so...
The first time we talked to you, that had only been like 12 hours since all that happened. It wasn't like it had been a long time ago.
Notice the pacing of his answers, the constant ballparking, the repeated, "I don't remember exactly." These aren't just memory lapses, they're defense mechanisms. When the brain is under stress and guilt is present, the body instinctively tries to distance itself from specifics. Certainty feels dangerous. Vagueness feels safe.
Yeah, you said you got those scratches and shit on your arms and legs from playing basketball? Basketball?
Yeah, no, we played rough out there. I fell a few times, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't buying that. I mean, did you, like I said, to me, those scratches on you, I'm looking at them right now, man, that's not from playing ball. That shit's from going through the woods. Did you take a shortcut through the woods or anything to get to the park?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry if you don't believe me, but no, sir. Yeah, I would like to go now.
Well, stand by. Like I said, we got to wait on your phone, and we're getting somebody to come and photograph your injuries from playing ball. All right. But in the meantime, you think about her and what you got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then there were the scratches. North says it was from basketball. The detective doesn't even argue. He just stares. Because those marks, they scream woods, not hardwood. That's when North starts to shut down. You can see it. The confidence drains. He realizes this isn't a chat anymore. It's a trap. He's been too casual, said too much, and now he knows he needs a lawyer. But the damage is done. He's already talked himself into a corner. And the detective? They are just waiting for the cracks to finish the job.
Alright, now, I know you said you wanted to go, but there's a couple of things in your phone that I kind of want to clarify, if you're okay with going over that and clarifying that with us.
Just do everything we can.
Okay. So when I asked you earlier if, how you and Mickinson got hooked up today, you said that it was just a chance encounter. You just saw
Right.
him.
Did we reach out? Did I reach out to him or something?
Well, you told me that
Oh,
it was
okay.
just a chance encounter, right?
That's the best I remember it.
Okay. Well,
In my
at 5:50 p.m., you send him a message that says, "Pick me up ASAP." And he sends back, "Where are you at?" And you said, "You're at Sutton Lakes." And he asks, "Are you in danger?" And you said, "Yes." Okay.
I just wanted his attention. I just wanted to talk to him.
You just wanted to talk to him?
Yeah.
North, it's 18 hours ago, man. You don't remember, like, that mean, that's it? You just wanted to get his attention? Why didn't you tell us that the first time? Like, you would have remembered that.
No, I honestly didn't. I honestly didn't remember reaching out to him in that manner.
From 18 hours ago, you don't remember texting somebody saying, help, like, basically, I'm in danger?
No, I'm sorry. I do not.
Well, how did you go from he was just riding down the street and he saw you to...
Because those are the occurrences that happen often with me and Mickinson, so when I, recollected on it yesterday, that's why I assumed.
So it wouldn't be normal then for you to text him that, so why'd you decide to do that?
So we have reached out to each other in the past, to check up on each other. One morning, he reached out to me and we talked for hours and hours and
You guys rap together?
vented.
We're trying to unearth every stone right now, looking for Teresa. Okay. Like I
Okay.
said, we're listen. We've obviously talked to Mickinson. We talked to Zach.
Okay.
We've talked to her family, your family. Oh, by the way, I spoke to your mom, and she wanted to make sure that I let you know that it is abundantly clear that you were not welcome at their home.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Okay.
Why would that be?
Just over time, deterioration, fights,
Yeah.
just, it's hard to explain 20, years of life.
Just to recap though, when you and Teresa, you said you guys were at your house, right, hanging out at something whenever you guys came back with the lift, right? Right. When you guys were hanging out at your house, you said for about 2 to 3 hours. Right?
Give or take.
Give or take. Okay. Did you guys have I don't mean to pry, but did you guys have sex?
Yes, sir.
You seem kind of hesitant. Is that?
No, I'm just answering the question. It's just rude a little bit, but I mean it's a very special situation, so I understand the question.
Okay. So you did have sex?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, then obviously, would you mind if we get your DNA then?
I don't know.
Just because I want to, make sure that we get that we can eliminate everything.
Right.
This is also showing just how that you're cooperating. Your story's a little wishy-washy, but you're cooperating.
I'm trying my best to recall.
You just have a hard time remembering shit, man?
Well, honestly, I didn't expect for the day to unfold and for, her to go missing, so I didn't, quick shot any certain memories. I just sort of went about it as another day. Now that everything's, being forced to the surface, it's a little difficult to recall it as accurate as you guys would wish me to.
Do you remember one more time what time she left your house? The best you can recall, because
I can't tell you an exact time, but
you said earlier like 2 or 3 hours after. Okay.
That's the best I can
And you said it was noon, 1 o'clock-ish, something like that, when she got to your house? Okay.
Yeah, that's the best.
And she left by herself. You didn't walk her past your front door.
No. She walked out. She left. No, I walked her to the front door. That's usually what I walk around the back of the patio.
Do you guys argue at all?
So with Teresa, it's a little different. It's not really arguing. She'll have false memories that at first I would argue with, and then after I got to understand the type of person she was, I stopped arguing with it and sort of just.
What kind of false memories would she come up
So
with?
she would say that the government abducted her 5 children, and her 5 children were made in magic.
But she's never had kids, though, right?
As far as to my
As far
knowledge,
as you
no.
know. Do me a favor, you can read that over. That's just you saying, giving us consent to get your DNA. Okay. And then just whenever you're done, just sign there. And then what I'm going to do, North, is I'm going to take some Q-tips and I'm going to stick them in your mouth and get your DNA swabs.
Gotcha.
Well, like I said, we went to Zach's house. She wasn't there. Have you ever walked with Teresa whenever she walks home? To kind of know what path she takes?
No, but I walked her house one time to see what it was like.
Uh-huh.
It's a long way, huh?
Yeah, is there any shortcuts through woods or anything to get there?
No, as far as I know, you're pretty much on the street the entire
On
time.
the street the entire time?
Have you looked through that route though, from my house to her house, from Zach's house to her house, and?
I mean, we've done a lot of looking, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got the helichopper up there. Looking. So hopefully none of that's necessary, and she pops up and says, "Hey, I've been here the whole time," right? All right, do me a favor, just open your mouth.
If it turns out something bad happened to her, who should be the first person we look at, in your opinion?
I don't know, because she comes in contact with so many different people, so many guys, and I
Is
encourage
she
her.
is she just on social media and dating? How does she do that? Just going out or what? Or just all online stuff?
A lot of people say money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say attention is.
Okay.
Attention?
Yeah.
Like she just seeks attention from other dudes?
Unfortunately, I feel like that, some people do certain things to fill a void.
Was she escorting or anything?
My job is to not judge them.
Right.
Escorting, no, but maybe selling a little bit of her, body.
That's what I mean, prostituting, escorting.
For substance.
Okay.
It's so sad, but.
So she's out there tricking?
No,
Or is she just doing it?
Not like.
Not on the reg?
Yeah, exactly.
She just does it whenever she needs to get her fix?
Well, exactly. Because unfortunately, she started up on ice, and I think that's an on and off thing for her.
Who was the guy you mentioned earlier that you thought was there, the drug dealer that you're pretty sure that she was getting?
The crack.
Yeah.
On Facebook, his name was Hassan Ware.
Okay.
Somewhere.
That's a big problem with me.
Have you met Hassan before?
No, I haven't.
No.
What got her in the drug? Did she ever tell you, what led her? Is she just depressed in general? Did something traumatic happen to her when she was younger?
No, I never got that far. I got far, I've gone far with her. I've dug pretty far with her.
I got you.
But there's still a lot to unravel when it comes to somebody like that.
Did you and Teresa get into a fight or an argument today at all? Like,
No,
not in person, but like if you like
no,
before y'all met up.
no.
What was she wearing? Do you remember? Yesterday when she came over?
I think like jeans and like a dark top.
Like spaghetti strap, like a
Tank
She
t-shirt.
does wear those a lot, but just I don't know, like black, blue shirt.
Maybe like just a regular, like it had some sleeves maybe. Or,
Maybe, yeah, I mean,
Does she vape?
yes, sir.
She vapes.
Yeah.
Okay. She wasn't. Was she wearing anything on her head, like a hat or a beanie or anything, or
I don't remember. She wears hats all the time.
she wears hats all the
I
time?
don't remember for sure.
do you remember any of the hats that she wears? Or
She wears a bucket hat very often.
hmm
That's her thing.
What about you? What were you wearing yesterday?
Just like a white T-shirt.
The clothes you got on?
Not the clothes I have on. I think it was a different white T-shirt and shorts.
When did you change clothes? Like this morning or like?
When I went to go play basketball.
Okay. Where are the clothes that you had on yesterday? Just on at your parents' house somewhere?
Yeah, I think I washed them. Yeah.
So the same clothes you have on now are the same ones you wore out to Kaz's place? You didn't change out there?
No, because I changed after I played basketball as well.
Okay. At your parents' house?
Yeah, in the back patio.
Before you went to
Right.
what were you what was that? Just another white t-shirt?
Yeah.
And like shorts or what?
Yeah, I just
What about shoes?
the blue Sperry's. I wasn't able to bring them. I think I kind of got pulled out of Kansas house a little too quick. I wish I would have put more clothes on, but yeah.
So you have shoes at Kaz's house? Blue
Yeah.
Sperry's?
Yes.
That's what you wore yesterday too?
Yes, sir.
You were balling in Sperry's?
And that's why I think I rolled the ankle.
Yeah, there's no Sperry. They got no ankle support, man.
No, I know that, and I have high top shoes. I just forgot to grab them, so I just wanted to play basketball.
And you said Terrell take you back home. What kind of car does Terrell have?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't pay attention to cars like that. I want to say like a gold Honda or something.
Gold Honda.
So, and just one more time, clarify, the clothes that you have on now are not the same clothes you had on when you were with Teresa yesterday?
No.
Okay, where are those clothes? At your parents'?
I would have already washed them. Yeah.
Okay, at your parents' house?
Yeah.
Are
But are they at Kaz's house now because your parents pretty much packed up all your stuff, right?
Mm.
Or your clothes still may be in the washing machine or something at your parents' house.
Something of that sort. I don't know exactly where those clothes are. If you want me to, I can.
Did you take a bunch of stuff to you when you went to Kaz's? Like, did you take all your belongings like you were moving to Kaz's?
Mm.
Okay. Did that include like a bag of clothing or suitcase? Okay. So as far as you know, any of your clothing or anything you have, shoes, clothing, should all be at Kaz's.
Right.
Okay. Do you have other shoes besides the Blue Sperry's?
Yeah, I have some black Nikes.
Okay. But you were wearing Blue Sperry's when you went up to the park to play ball.
Right.
Like slam ball, basically. It looks like the whole
Yeah.
thing. Why not wear the black Nikes then to ball?
No, that was the plan. But
Okay.
once I got on the court, I was just like, all right, let's play.
So you went to go, knowing you were going to go play basketball at the park, you left your house with the Sperry's on, not with the Nikes?
All right, guys, what is this like?
Right, your story's got. Hey, look, man, your story's got a lot of holes. I mean, that's just being honest with you, you know. And you can't explain it.
Yeah, and it's our job to.
Okay, I understand. I've tried everything I can with you guys. If there's anything else, more related to Teresa and helping her out, I would love to talk about
That's
it.
what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
We're trying to get you to help us find Teresa.
Okay, no.
You were the last person that saw her.
Right. Okay. No,
You were the last person that
I don't understand why I didn't make sure that I wore the high top Nikes instead of the Sperry's, and it cost me my ankle, and and that's
Right.
how we live and we learn. And
But you understand, we're gonna come at you
no, I
very careful because you're the last person that
no,
Tony
and I can respect that and totally
Okay,
understand
right.
that. Yeah.
So if you want to know why, well, there's a lot of things that you were inconsistent about. Okay, call it lying, call it inconsistent, label it whatever you want to label it. But the evidence is there that some of the stuff you told us when we started our conversation, right, is not true. It's just not true.
I'm sure that happens a lot with this type of situation.
Well, it
because
does,
it's so hard to recall things.
Sometimes when there's weeks in between, it's hard, but not just a few hours, At the time we started talking to you this morning, there's only been like 12 hours in between this happening And
I
when
mean,
we start
I'm sleep deprived now at this point. I've been kept in a room. I've been able to get sleep. It's been rough on me. Now, if you guys want to do this again on another day, then maybe I can do it for you. But at this point, I'm done. I'm done.
Are you worried about Teresa? I mean, do you think there's legit something wrong with her? Or do you think she's just out there shacked up somewhere?
I'm praying that she's shacked up somewhere.
Because when you pulled
What's your
that,
gut tell you? What's your heart tell you?
We spent 2 or 3 days pretty much stuck in some guy's house. He's a tattoo he does tattoos. His name's BJ. We went over there one day with her and her friend to get a tattoo, right? And so I was like, okay, that sounds like fun there to watch her get a tattoo. We ended up spending 3 days there because the tattoo artist was not comfortable doing the tattoo. He kept like messing around, pulling drugs out, obviously trying to do things, obviously trying to like pull Teresa towards his way, and it ended up going day after day. And on the 3rd day, I honestly I gave up, and I called my sister and told me, hey, just come pick me up, and that was that. So I do a lot for her, but I can only do so much, and so my gut tells me that she's grown a lot, and she still has quite a ways. So
What's your gut tell you? Is she alive?
Yeah.
because when he pulled out our picture earlier, when he first showed it, you were grinning, and I just thought that was odd, like given the
No,
circumstances.
I was grinning because this is one of the pictures on my phone.
Okay. I mean, is there anything else?
Yeah, so
No, sir.
I mean,
you're our last link, man. You're our last link to Teresa.
Okay. Well, can I get your phone numbers then?
Absolutely.
where are you going from here?
Back to Mayport.
Okay.
Back to Kansas.
Yes, sir.
What's his address?
I'll have to pull it up here for you. I don't have his actual address, but it's right behind the auto line.
Is it an apartment?
Yes, sir.
What apartment number is it?
The apartment number, I just know how to get to it and knock on the door. But the police last night were able to get there, so maybe they know exactly.
Well, here's my card. It's got my number on there.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in my phone because I'll lose the card. Your name is
Detective Lee.
Detective Lee.
You know who the next closest person is to Teresa beside you?
Zach is really close.
Okay.
Emily Brandon is really close to her.
Emily Branton.
Alexa, I don't remember her last name, but on Facebook you could find her.
Okay.
Her brother, and then a list of guys that I do not know exactly how close she is with or not.
Okay.
You said Zach, her and Zach have like an intimate relationship, but they're cousins?
Very interesting, confusing stuff that you'd want to talk more about Zach with than you'd want to talk about me with. Because I've tried talking to Zach about it, and he just looked at me like, bro, I don't know, man.
Like, is he your cousin? Or?
Like she has memories and beliefs that are like would fall in line with someone who's like clinically insane, maybe.
Because Zach seems to care about her quite a bit as well.
I know. And I tell her that all the time. Like, he loves you so much, so that's why I'm not trying to like just pull you away from him.
So your gut's telling you that she's still alive?
Yes.
No. Indeed, she was gone. He thought he could walk away with this. But here's the problem. Guilt leaves residue. Inconsistencies, smirks, scratches, rambling timelines, and the cold, uncomfortable calm of a man who knows she's not coming home, because he made sure of it. Once the detective leaves, North answers Teresa's mom's call, and lies without flinching. Not grief, just damage control.
Hello?
Hello, Teresa with you?
Hey.
Is Teresa with you?
No, she's not. I'm still at the police station. They're still talking to me, trying to figure out what I know. Can you hear me?
Well, how long you talk? When the last?
The last time the last time I seen her was over more than a day ago. And
You
I,
said yesterday afternoon.
yes, and I've been here all night. They've been like interrogating me, trying to figure out what's going on with her, and I'm telling them I don't know. I don't know where she went.
Did you took somebody that the black boy, black guy? Did you text him about Teresa?
What black guy?
His name is
Are you talking about Tevin?
I forgot his name. But who called a 911?
Are you talking about Tevin?
No, I don't know if who is that guy. I think so. I forgot his name. But that's the one that he took talking to my son about you guys, Teresa, what happened.
Oh,
You think
Rick?
you
Rick?
somewhere or
Are you talking about Rick?
yeah,
Yeah,
Ricky.
yeah.
You know Ricky?
I don't know him, but he messaged me looking for Teresa.
That's why I say that I think that he's the one to call the police. That call 911.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Why you don't why you do not know that Teresa with you yesterday? Why you don't know? He come home or what?
No, I don't know. I don't know. She usually goes home.
He walk by himself.
What was that?
He walking by himself, by herself.
Yes.
He walk. You live in the Soto Lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why he said that you live in Mayport? Did you live in Mayport?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I moved over to Mayport recently. Yes.
Okay. Until now, they have a detective everywhere.
No, I know.
Looking for her.
I know. They told me. How are you doing?
I'm okay, but I wish it's okay. And if something happened to her, you're the one to involve
Well,
because
I would never harm her, and I think she's okay. I just wish I knew where she was. I don't know where she.
where she thinks she go? Where she thinks she go?
I don't know because she goes so many different places. You know, like she goes places and doesn't even tell me. So it's hard for me to keep track of where she could have possibly have gone. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we keep in touch. Because I'm worried because mostly is she called me where she at when she give me the phone number or she use somebody's phone, but this time she don't use anybody's phone. That's why I'm worried.
Gotcha. Well, if she reaches out to me, I'll definitely let you know. If she reaches out to you, please let me know because I'm worried sick too.
So you working now?
I work at the Dollar Tree, but right now I can't work because they still have me in this police station.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. I wish she's okay. I'm sure that you're not hurt her.
No, I'd never hurt her. I love that girl to death.
Okay, we keep praying that she's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Keep praying.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, bye.
After 3 days of searching, they found Teresa's body in a retention pond, hidden beneath brush, left like trash. She had been strangled. North Pridgeon was arrested days later. He never confessed. But the lies, the scratches, the friend's statement, it all caught up to him. He pled guilty to second-degree murder. The sentence? 30 years in prison. No parole. No more stories. Just time and silence.